And good morning and welcome to the VSA Capital 5-Minute Morning Miner. It's Tuesday, April the 12th. Morning, Ollie. How are you this morning?
Very good, thanks. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm not too bad because I'm headed to Cornwall tonight to go and do some more mining discussions. Very excited by Cornish mining, as we all know. But I will still be working from Cornwall, as they say. Anyway, let's turn to the markets, which are a bit soggy this morning. Actually, they're soggy this morning. I don't know if you know, the lithium price has nearly hit $80,000.
Pretty exciting, yeah. And I guess what's interesting is it's still going up despite all of the lockdowns and everything that's going on in China.
Yeah, I mean, correct, it is. But I think, you may have seen the news this morning. Honda are about to invest $40 billion into their EV side in order to catch up. I mean, when you've got car manufacturing companies putting in those sort of sums of money, demand for lithium is just going to carry on. I saw that in the States, I saw an announcement yesterday, I can't remember the exact number, but something like long duration energy storage went up threefold in volume last year. I mean, the numbers are just staggering, and yet there isn't new lithium supply coming onto the market. So, where does the price stop? But it will price itself out. I mean, it's just getting to a level now where people aren't going to be able to afford them. So something's got to give. Anyway, that was just something I saw. Let's turn to the news. What do you got this morning?
Well, we spoke about Caledonia last week, but their Q1 production results about 18,000 ounces. So it is up very strongly, but it's sort of in line with guidance for the full year, 73 to 80,000 ounces. They needed that strong uplift to ensure that they'd be on track to do that, and so that they are on track and making good progress.
Yeah, no, it all seems to be pretty good. I think they defined it as sort of record production or something, didn't they, for Q1?
Yeah. And then Tharissa also out with production numbers. That's Q2, it's June year end. So ore mined was flat year on year at about 1.2 million tons. Flat Q on Q, but up 9% year on year. It does appear that the grades were a bit low as the metal output across their 6 PGMs were down Q on Q, but up year on year. So that was down 9%, but up 12%. And chrome, a similar picture, down 4% Q on Q, but up 16% year on year. But not really about the production numbers in this announcement, because the price movement has been so phenomenal. The basket of average prices has gone up 37% Q on Q and 81% year on year, which is fairly impressive move. They've said they're on track for their production guidance, but those revenue figures will be very strong. Shares are up 20% year to date. It's had a pretty volatile run, and it's still below the February highs.
Good spot. Talking of commodity price, I see silver has bumped up over $25 and is looking pretty strong. And I know this is a podcast, we can't show a chart, but you showed me a chart yesterday showing how the junior gold and silver stocks have lagged behind the majors and the commodity prices quite significantly, didn't you? Don't know if you can talk through that, Ollie.
Well, we mentioned it on the podcast yesterday morning. I thought I'd better just check the numbers, and it is quite a clear gap. Silver and the gold juniors are sort of neck and neck in terms of their relative performance over the last sort of 18 months, whereas the gold majors have broken out and followed the gold price higher. So there's quite a significant performance gap, and with the gold price being strong, I'd expect that correction to be resolved with the juniors and the silver stocks moving higher to meet the gold seniors and the gold price rather than the other way around.
Actually, I think, didn't you tweet that chart this morning?
Yep, it's up.
So if you want to look at it, follow Ollie's Twitter account. Always good to follow Ollie on Twitter anyway. You can follow me on Twitter. I think I retweeted it, so you can follow me too. A Monk Monkey. No, A Monk Monkey. Can't remember my own Twitter name. Anything else you got today, Ollie?
I'd noticed that Firing Resources, I think it's Firing Resources, are underway with an auger sampling program. So they drilled 268 holes across some of their licenses in the Ivory Coast. So they're exploring for lithium, tantalum, and cesium. It's all hard rock projects. Neil Herbert is on the board of Iron Ridge now Atlantic Lithium, so obviously looking to do the same thing again from scratch. So auger drilling is sort of cheap, shallow drilling that starts to give you a sense of the footprint of mineralization, but without the detail that you get in diamond drilling. But for the sorts of deposits they're looking for, large, shallow lithium resources, it works perfectly well to give you an early sense of the project potential.
Well, we like Neil, and he's got a good fan club, so it probably will start off pretty well. Yeah, actually, one I'd mention, it's not really a mining stock, is it? But I've been looking at IBC Alloys. It's a Canadian stock, actually. It's very small, but run by Mark Smith, who's very talented and runs various TSX mining stocks. And it's profitable. It's at full production. It's very important beryllium alloys and copper alloys. It's in the sort of defense and aerospace. Got blue chip customer base. Doing a little virtual road show for them on Tuesday, May the 3rd. It's not really mining, but it's a fascinating company if anybody's interested in listening to them.
Yeah, very interesting story.
Okay, I think that's probably about it. So let's call it a day there, and we'll speak again tomorrow. As I say, I will be speaking to you from Cornwall.
Yeah, speak to you then.